Hi guys, so for today's Freeform Friday, I was going to try and do a speedball cut of some kind of like pink rubber. It's like a red rubber material that you can make your own stamps with, or just like lino cuts or whatever you want to call it. But I couldn't find the actual pink part. I found my speedball kit, which is really great because I wanted the brayer from that kit, because the brayer from that kit is awesome. It's bigger than this one, and it's just like a big plastic handle. It's really cool. So when I was looking for the design runner to do the busted out, I found that, and I'm like, I found all kinds of good stuff when I was looking for that design runner. I found some bags from expos that I still haven't gone through, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So that might be another video coming up soon. But there's some good things in there. Heartfelt Creations was in there. I'm like, are you serious? Because that stuff's not cheap. It's at the bottom of the bag, out in the garage, you know? So I'm like, oh no, I need to go through that bag. But the only thing that was in there was the lino cut stuff. It's like this big block. So if you want to see that, I will do that. But that one's harder to cut than that soft pink stuff. So I might order some because it was fun, or I think it was fun. I know I have some, I just don't know where it is. So I have the whole kit, but the pink rubber is not near it. So I've decided, you know what, let's, I'm just going to make a card, and I know a lot of times we make backgrounds, I don't finish, well, I usually try to make a card with it by the end of the video, but a lot of times you'll see backgrounds done and people, it's super artsy, and then now what, you know? So I want to make a card and just let it flow. Like, just, if I have any links, there'll be affiliate links, and that means if you purchase anything through those links, I will make a small commission. But I want you to just pull out the stuff that you have. I'm sure a lot of these things you do have, except for a couple things. So these are the things I wanted to focus on for the card. I don't know how this is going to work, because it might end up just like fading into the background, but I'm probably going to emboss this so it stands out a little bit right on its own. And I want to use a little butterfly, so we'll see if we can incorporate these things. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just going to grab some distress inks, other inks, stamps. I don't know if I'll use stencils today. Maybe some pigment inks. Just whatever it is to make some fun backgrounds, maybe some washi. And then we'll try to put something together. So it's super free-flowing, just whatever happens, and then we'll just put it together. So let me grab some paper. It's going to be probably the Crafter's Companion stamping paper, that thick white paper, cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and we'll just get started. Okay, I'm not sure if these colors are going to be, I don't care. I'm just trying to build up a background. So I have Salty Ocean, Dried Marigold, and Mowed Lawn. Of course, any colors you would like would work. Ooh, my ear just started doing, you know, a thing where like you can all of a sudden hear like air in your ear, or like a ringing. That's not fun. Ugh, sounds horrible. Okay, so I'm just putting this stuff down. I don't want to mix them too much because, again, the orange, green, you know, the blue, they might start making brown. And I know a lot of you guys are afraid of that. And you say, oh, if I do that, I'll make mud. Don't be afraid. Just try it out. So I'm just putting that down. And I turn this over just because it's a glossy, shimmery side. I think it'll work better. And where's my spray bottle? Here it is. Here's my spray bottle with my name all over it with those same acrylic pens I had used. And I just really wanted to beat up. So this is a very, very fine mister. So that's good. I'm going to actually just get a little more going. So I really don't want the squares showing up too much. And I'm just patting it down. And like I said, I kind of want the middle to fade out. That's really pretty. So I was going to do this in a few different steps. So I like the way this looks. I'm going to blow dry it. And then I'm going to hit it again so that the colors kind of layer on top of each other. So I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to dip it back into our colors, okay? I think that's good enough. And again, nothing super special. I want you to just bring out the things that you have, and just use that. So really nice, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to dip more, like maybe get a little more water over here. I can see where these big puddles are. I don't really want that so much right now. I'm just going to dip it at different spots. And then, like I said, I'm trying to keep the center a little bit more clear, but it doesn't have to be super duper clear. Okay, and I'm going to dry this. And if there's too much water, like right there, I don't really like when it pulls up on the side, just blot it off, okay? And I'm going to dry this too. I think my orange is kind of fading away a little bit. What I'm going to do is get in here and sop up some of these bigger, bring my orange back. And that did not destroy my orange pad at all, but I'm just doing what I feel like doing. So, okay, add a little more water. And again, I'm gonna bring this guy back and do some dipping. Yeah, oh, see, I like that. More orange, and it's a little more kind of like just dots instead of being super washed away. Pick up some of this blue over here. Alright, now we're going to start getting muddy. So I'm going to leave that because I think that's good. And I'm going to hit this with the heat gun one more time. Okay. So we have that. And again, we can always distress and do some other fun things around the edges. But what I'm going to do is take a vintage photo. Just a brown. Kind of get that wet a little bit. And just add some of that here and there. That's kind of just a brown tone. And again, I did leave it kind of square because I just want to pick up some of the color. Kind of a yellowish brown. Okay, that's good. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun and I'll be back. So next thing I'm going to do is do like a background stamping. And I have, well, you know, I can probably use both. Let's use both. Okay, let me give... I'm not prepared, guys. Hold on. I was going to use my Local King script stamp. And I thought, well, I always use that stamp. But we can use both. It doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, so this I bought, I don't know, 10 years ago at an expo. I never used it. And I have a bunch of them. And then there was a special, if you bought them, you could use this. You got this thing free. And it's basically to stamp it. Isn't that crazy? Stick on there. Whoop. So I've never used any of it. So this will be fun. All right, so I'm going to take this, my Local King script stamp. And I'll still use the vintage photo on this one. And I'm not mounting, as you can see. And I'm going to have to decide right now what's my up and what's my down. I think that is up. And I'm just going to press it down here. Do it again. I didn't do that great of a job of that one. I should have done it a little bit differently. And maybe in this area, just a little script here and there. And a little more here. That's so pretty. I know. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. Look at my work. I know. But you know when you do something, you know it looks good. It looks nice. And then this one, I just saw this and I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll use this. I wasn't thinking about going this direction. I was just going to do a bunch of whatever. But this is really pretty. And I think for this one, it's a big cling mount stamp. This is interesting. Oh, it's cut away here. I am going to use the Salty Ocean. I don't know how this is going to work out because this is kind of an interesting image. Okay, so let's say I'm going to put some down here. I'm going to bring this. I don't want it to be super straight. I'm not gonna press all the way into the corner. I hope you're noticing. I'm just gonna kind of do something fun here, and wherever it ends, you know. Ooh, can you see that? That is a lot going on. That is a lot going on. Okay, and then I'll just ink this up again. And get another area. Again, back up here. I know, what's that gal's name? Dan Reevely always says to do like 3 areas. That's pretty. Which I kind of did, but I'm kind of keeping it up here and around here. So I'm not going to get too critical. Because there's something else I want to do that I think will be fun. So that's really pretty. There's a lot of stuff going on in this back of this card. Again, if you guys remember last week, we did the kind of like 3 steps to do your background, punch up the background, do your focal point, a little something fun, and then at the top of the focal point. So I'm kind of still sticking to that, but you know, we're doing our own thing. Let me grab one other thing I was going to do for this background. So I have a piece of bubble wrap stuff. I keep trying to save it, and then there's too much stuff in my room, so I throw it out. And anyway, I'm just going to cut a piece. I'm gonna put it down right here. I have some pigment ink. I figure this will stick on there. I guess you could do some acrylic, but I think this will be fun. I'm trying to just push it down. Hopefully you can see what's going on there. I know it's hard to see with the background, but it's on there. And I'm just going to take that and add some on here. See what happens. So a lot of these things I could do with a jelly plate, and I have one now, but I know not a lot of people have one, so I don't want to include something like that if you don't have it. Look at the little dots it made. Aww. They blend really well with this blue, so maybe what I should do is orange. Let me see if I have an orange. Let me just put a little bit more since we have it going on here, but oh no, you know what? That's okay. I'm gonna run it up this side over here. Look at that. It just was blended in because of that area, so there's a lot on here because this is letting me keep repeating and I don't have to ink it up again. Okay, that's good. No, I like that. Okay, so this is going to be our background. I'm going to hit this with a heat gun because the next thing we're going to do is put our focal point on there, and I don't want it to stick to anything else, obviously. So let me hit this with a heat gun and I'll be back. So I hope that's pretty dry. This might be a little... I am going to use, for sure, my little embossing buddy this time around because of that. Okay, I hope that's good enough. And I'm going to stamp my image with VersaFine because VersaFine really sticks to your powder. You can just use clear powder, but I'm going to hit it up with VersaFine and Nuvo embossing powder in black. Just picked this up not too long ago. So again, I hope these are the kind of things you guys have, whatever you got. I know my Busted Out and my Freeform Friday kind of mixed together this week. They kind of blended together. Let me see here. How big is this stamp? It's bigger than this, isn't it? Yeah. And of course you can always stamp this with something else, cut it out. I just, I've had enough of fussy cutting this week, haven't I, guys? So if you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to take this pretty lady and I'm just going to eyeball it because to me it's not the biggest deal. And I'm going to put it kind of here because I'm going to bring that butterfly in and I don't know how big the butterfly is. So we'll put it here, and if the butterfly doesn't work out, we'll do something else. But you can use a stamp positioner. And I know a lot of stamp positioners, the one I have is not available any longer, but what you can do is, I know Art Impressions has one, and then the lady that does stuff for Ranger has one. Okay, I just want to see kind of where this is going to be, like in there-ish. So let's ink this up. You can ink it up with, obviously, with whatever color, whatever you want to do. Whatever works. And even black, I know it's like kind of stands out a lot, but that's kind of what I want because I want it to stand away from all that background noise that we got going on. And oh, I was gonna add some washi too. We'll see what happens. This might be too much already as it is. I'm gonna put this here. And if you're afraid, you can use a stamp positioner if you're not sure that you're gonna get a nice crisp image. I'm going to hold this down for a little while. So there's that. Not bad. Not excellent, but not bad. And get this little guy going. I know I should, I was like, okay, I'll bring out the embellishment moves, but I just used it and I don't want people to feel like they have to have certain things that maybe are a little extra, Ooh, that looks so pretty. It looks like it's flocked just before I even do anything. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to hit this with my heat gun. Again, whenever I do this, as soon as it starts turning shiny, I move on to the next area. It always takes a little while to start up, though. I guess because the heat isn't quite there, and then it just starts getting shiny. Move on. Alright, I'm just going to go through this whole thing and get it going. Okay, so I know this might be weird, but I really like the color of this. I'm going to cut my butterfly out with this and we'll see if it looks right. Because it's going to be all squished up anyway. I just like the colors that are in that. So let me see how much of this paper I need. And this little butterfly I did recently pick up from a cherry on top. I thought it was super cute. And I said I wanted to get some washi on here too. We will see. It may or may not happen. I always like a little addition of washi. It just, I don't know, it does a little something. All right, we got this guy. Oh, there goes that. Oh, here we go. I tell you, I always get something stuck on those carriers. Always, never fails. I still debate in my mind if I want to put some distressing around the edges. I want to, but at the same time, I don't. So we will see how this little butterfly behaves in the picture. I see that it looks like they have some wire on it. So let me see, where are these marks supposed to be? They're supposed to be like every 1/4 inch, huh? I don't see them, but it might be because I should have probably embossed the thing. Oh, I see them better here. Okay, so I don't know if it's supposed to go forward, backward, forward. Like, where am I? I don't have any clue. I'm just going to start with the top and go the way I'm doing it, but I have no idea really which way I'm supposed to go with this. Maybe I start at the bottom. Bottom. What's funny is that this paper also has its own lines, like just naturally, so it's kind of a pain. So I'm going to continue going back and forth with this thing, because I know I'm talking down and you guys probably couldn't even hear me, but you see all these little lines, I'm just going to go back and forth on those lines. It's about every 1/4 inch, you're just kind of squishing it back and forth. Alright, so I'm going to put this to the side for a second. Always clean this thing out. I'll clean out before I use it next time, and I use this little center. But what I was saying is on this picture here, it looks like there's little wires, and they even look like they use the wire to hold it together. So I might have to go grab something like that. I don't know if I even have any right now. I do have it. I just don't know where it is. Okay, and I'm going to cut this out in black. I guess I could do like green, bring out some color from the background, but I don't know. I just want to keep it simple. Let me find a piece of black. Oh, this is a whole piece, and I'd rather find a little chunk. Let me keep looking. So what would be fun is if you wanted to put some double-sided tape and then put some glitter, and then, like I showed you guys on Wednesday, and then cut it out. Then you have like a glittery center. That would be a little extra. I have a bunch of other things I want to do for Freeform Friday, including like how to make your own little loom, which we all kind of know how to do from when you were a kid, but this one's a little more grown-up-y, a little more sophisticated. I've had it sitting here waiting to be finished, so I can show you guys how to finish it, so I can show you how to start it and then how to finish it, and you make your own like little cute little art piece. But I don't know. I don't know how many people will be interested in that. I think you guys really like cards and stuff like that, so it's like, sometimes when I get off the rails there, people are like, that's a little different. A little different. Alright, let me put this here. So I'm trying to see if I can put this together without that piece of metal. Without a wire. So cute. My goodness. That's adorable. A little butterfly. I can probably do a better job folding it next time, but for the first time out, I think it's okay. Now let me see. And this is supposed to go around here, and that's what holds it. I suppose you can put glue down that middle, and maybe some hot glue would be ideal. Let me see. Let me look at this picture. Oh, they let it open up a little bit. It's not super tight like I had it, so they kind of something like that. So let me think of how I want to do this. I'll put some glue here and there, not every single juncture. Right? Maybe just in this middle part. Like right here. Let me grab some glue. Now this video is not really about this particular item, so I don't want to spend too much time. And you can put the glue on the back too, I guess. That would make it look a little nicer on the front. So I'm going to hold this down for a little while until it kind of stays. Okay. I went and picked out some washi while I was holding this. That was fun. Alright, I'm going to take this little guy and put him right in the center here. And I'm just going to glue, I guess, the top of his head. So if he pops open, obviously the butterfly is going to pop open. So I'm just going to put this here. And hold that down for a good while. And then I'll be back. Okay, while my butterfly is drying, I'm going to put this to the side. I am going to add some washi. I don't know. This might be a little much. And with as many tubes of washi as I have, it'd be impossible to not have one that kind of coordinates. So I saw this and I thought, oh, this will be good. Because it's kind of interesting. And then it's just like little tickets and I don't know what else. If I could ever open... How many times I got to roll this around before I find the beginning of it? Are you kidding? You would think that you could tell by the design, like where it ends. No. This is weird. Let me scrape at this until I figure out where the beginning of this roll is. This stuff is like paper thin. I couldn't find it, so what I did is I just grabbed my scissors and I slit it. And I just started opening it from there. And this is like 2 layers of it already. Look at that. Weird stuff. Huh. To be honest, I wanted it to come from this way going that way, but maybe, or maybe I don't use this one. How about that? That's another thing. I don't have to stick with it. But you know what? That's actually okay. Wow. And then I was going to use like a little gold strip from this one. Should have opened it while I was messing with the other stuff. Yeah, it was just, I couldn't find the end, so I was like, oh, I'll just use my scissors and scratch it, and then we'll go from there, you know? And that seemed to work. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. And I don't know if this gold is too shiny, but I wanted a little something. Of course, we like a little something. So I'm going to put this, I suppose, here. Something like that. And before I do anything else, I guess I am going to distress this. I don't know what I want to distress it with. I don't know if I want to go with that same color. It's kind of yellowy, orangey, and it's not like my favorite color, but I wanted to use that because I had orange on there. But let me see what frayed burlap might look like. Maybe we'll go with frayed burlap. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Just a little bit. Just a little something to pull it together on the edges. What is that? Oh, my light is moving and it's hitting the tripod. So just a very little something around the edges here. All right. Let me grab a card base and then we will pop on our little butterfly and that'll be it. Okay, I'm going to go super generic and just go with the black card base and that'll help everything pop. Somebody asked me the other day if I don't like certain colors, but I don't know if it's because she was just wondering or I don't know, because in the video I wasn't using even the colors I normally go with, which are like pinks, purples, and stuff. So this is, you know, very different. And actually I'm not done yet. I wanted to... remember a couple weeks ago I had used the roll. This is a center of a packaging tape. And I wanted to, I used it on, what's that stuff called? Ooh, I don't know if that's the best idea. Hold on. I might have to use a pigment. On the gel plate, but right now I just kind of want to do a little something like that. That's what we need. We need a little extra, guys. A little something something. Look at that. That's fun. I think that's probably enough. I want to go and do it again. Maybe I'll go over the same spot just to make it a little bit darker right here. Oh, that's so fun. And that's all it is. And I just added just a little something. I guess we could have popped it in there too, but... Okay, let's just do one more here. No. Yes. Okay, there we go. Don't be afraid, just do it, you know? Whatever happens, happens. All right. Again... Sometimes when something's so squishy like this and the paper's all ridiculous and wonky, people have given me the tip to run it through your Gemini Junior or whatever. I'm probably gonna have to glue that piece of washi down. She wants to be a little funny. And then I have had this Glue Glider Pro forever, and I found it when I was looking for the design runner, right? Actually, I found this one when I was looking for, well, I was looking for the design runner, and that's when I came across my old... Oopsie, don't put your hand in the way. Little brad maker, but they still make this. It's just has a purple handle or inside. And then one of the gals who that I always chat with said that she found hers too, and she found like 20 refills for it, so you might as well use it. It's like, yeah, exactly. Okay, let me get this on here. That little black edging, everything, that just brought it all together. I was kind of like, I don't know, why is this wet? Oh, you know why it's wet? Because I used it to clean up the spraying. I just really want to get this squished down. So I hope you guys liked today's tutorial. Again, it's just freeform. Do whatever. Like, add this. Look how many layers I have on here. And you know what's kind of cool? The powder here stuck on some of this. Because remember I used a pigment ink. And it made like little tiny dots that are like speckles. It's really cute. Add a little character that I wasn't even... looking to add. So very cool. And then is this guy ready? Oh goodness, I tell you, I get up kind of early, so I'm here with all my neighbors are going to work or doing whatever they're doing when I open my windows. That's really cute. He kind of spread out on his own. I didn't really mess with him. I just put the glue in that center part that you guys saw. Oh my goodness. Okay, I like this. I would probably let him dry a little bit more before I stuck him down so I can still manipulate it, but moving on. All right, I'm gonna just use some 3D glue gel so he sticks down really well. And it's just that little final touches, the distressing, and then even those little circles that really brought it together for me, because this is very different from what I normally do, I think. the colors I normally use. And I think it was fun. Look at that. Oh, I love it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Just go with it. Get your freeform on, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.